Well, good morning, guys. Welcome back to another trading session. Well, it is another sunny day here in Portugal. I hope you're getting some sun as well on wherever you are. Yeah, the last couple of days have been great, honestly. They have been blessed with sun. Well, and the last couple of days have been also blessed with some Trump action. Yeah, today we got another. I don't think that's an intervention yet, but there are some words about some 50% tariffs to the European Union. So that's why we dropped so fast on the pre-market. And yeah, these type of situations are are starting to honestly annoy me because they always happen on a pre-market session, and after happening on a pre-market session, then what we gonna do after the open, right? Um, it's kind of annoying because honestly, I knew that we were eventually getting out of this range here. As you can see, yesterday's price action was not the best as well. Um, so we took out buy side liquidity, and as soon as we took out buy side liquidity, price just tumbled down, and yeah. But looking into another perspective without taking in taking into account the action from Trump's words, as you can see here, Asia just arranged. This is the accumulation or consolidation. You can see here London manipulating to the upside, taking out Asia highs, and then on a pre-market action with the help of Trump's words, we displaced and expanded to the downside. So there's only two things that I'm eventually expecting for the New York AM session here. One of them would be some type of a consolidation type of work after expansion. Yeah, the consolidation can happen, or we will dig lower, and we will dig lower. Why will we dig lower? If you look into the this is some kind of a mess because I haven't cleared the all the drawings, but as you can see here, we still have this NWOG here, which is a big one to fill. So this NWOG here, as you can see, I have already um, noted it in the charts. So we can eventually dig a little bit deeper into the NWOG. We are not far away from it, honestly. As you can see here, we are, yeah, some couple of handles away from it. So 20 handles. But yeah, we can eventually go lower here in trying to fill this end walk that we left completely open. This is the end walk from, let me just check. I think it's in between 9 to 11. Yeah, 9 to 11 of May. So yeah, on the other hand, if you look into the opening range gap, we will have a monstrous opening range gap, probably. So price closed here, the market closed here, and we will open, yeah, down here, somewhere down here, which is a big gap. It's probably a gap of about 30 handles. So yeah, I'm just curious to see what the opening will bring us. As usual, I will probably wait for. Oh, I'm mistaken. I'm mistaken. The gap is way bigger. Yeah, we are somewhere here. So we have almost a hundred handle gap on the opening range gap. So ICT said that whenever we have a big opening range gap, um, it is acceptable for a price to let it just left it leave it open. You know, um, it is not necessary to come back above and touch the 50% of it. So it is acceptable for big opening range gaps to leave them open. So I'm just curious to see what really will happen today because yeah, it's kind of annoying when price expands on a pre-market situation. It leaves us without without nothing clear, I would say. Um, but yeah, what am I expecting? Yeah, That's the main question, and that's the main thing that I would like to answer you guys. So eventually, I'm expecting eventually a dig lower here on price. We still have the unwalk to tap. I'm curious to see if price will gain support above event horizon. If we gain support above event horizon, we eventually can go to the upper end walk. But I'm not expecting that type of price action, honestly. Um, but yeah, it's kind of annoying, and honestly, it's kind of a dangerous environment that we are living in. So whenever Trump says anything, the market just just immediately reacts to it. So it's kind of important to have that in mind that he can speak again, or he can he's not even speaking; it's just tweeting or whatever he does. And yeah, the market is reacting to it right away. So keep that in mind, and be careful with that as well, because you can get harmed with that type of price action and price reaction as well. So yeah, let's see how things will progress in this New York session here. But I'm not that convinced that we will have a good price action for the rest of the session of the New York AM session. Um, about Monday, yeah, Monday we will have a US holiday, so I don't think I will be streaming Monday. Since it's Memorial Day, I think TopStep also will be announcing, or if maybe they already announced some restrictions to the trading hours as well. So I'm not expecting anything big on the Memorial Day. So I will probably leave the account still, and yeah, I will probably not be trading or streaming on Monday. If you guys want to see anything on Monday, just give me a heads up. Oh, would like to see some tape reading or whatever. Yeah, I will. I can do that for you guys, but I will probably not be trading actively. So let's wait until there and see whatever it wants to do. So looking into price action, we are trying to form some kind of a range here. Let's see if we can get a little bit higher, and let's see if we can get a little bit above event horizon as well. We have the 4-hour candle low as sell side liquidity here, and here on the upside we have buy side liquidity as the 4-hour candle high. Um, at 10 a.m. we will have some news as well. So I will probably wait for this time window, as it is usual for me to do anything. So yeah, not expecting much from today's price action, honestly. And I guess you should be on the same page. So do not expect much from price action. Try to play with low hanging fruits, and yeah, keep in mind that is Friday. So price action on Friday can be a bit tricky as well. Um, so keep that all in mind, and try not to go full port, you know. So we got 9:30 open here already. So 9:30 open is right here. 9:30 open. Well, it can eventually happen that we will have some type of, thank God it's Friday, retrace to the upside as well. So that can eventually happen as well. So this is mentioned by ICT. Friday's price action can eventually bring us some type of a retrace of a weekly retrace in between 20 to 30% of the weekly range, um, which we call the thank God it's Friday setup. I don't know if I can expect that honestly, um, but I'm willing to see if we get that 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 kind type of retrace honestly. So looking into the opening range gap, as you can see here, we got a huge gap. It's about, I will I will just measure it, just just a simple measure. So it's a gap of 76 handles. It's a big range. It's a big opening range gap. Um, so yeah, it can eventually stay open, but we can also eventually expect a run to the upside, taking at least in between 25% to 50% of this range. So yeah, at this point we have to wait and see what price really wants to do. So far, we are trying to invert this 15-minute fair value gap. Price was able to get above event horizon and above the 8:30 open. We are above 9:30 open as well. So we have here midnight open, and price is now trying to get above eventually to 50 or 25% of the range. Just let me do here another thing. So opening range quarters. Yeah. So the 25% is right here, the 50% right here, 75 and 100%. So I'm curious to see if we will, just let me mark this on the right side, not the left. So label right. Yeah, that's it. So price trying to reach for 25% of the opening range gap here. It's a big gap. That's why I mentioned it. I usually don't use this. Don't use the opening range gap, but it's just a measure of knowing where price is for me, and where it can eventually go. I'm not. I don't have any strategy based on the opening range gap. I just use it for um, to measure price. You know, I just use it to measure price, not to develop a trading setup or anything like that. So this is a quick run to the upside here. along with the open. We started the run some minutes before the open. If we look into OT levels here, just for a continuation to the downside, you can eventually consider. Just let me check OT levels. Yeah, 50% here, 62 here. Yeah, that would be interesting to see price coming here, near the 62% of this leg down. It has some confluence with 50% of the opening range too, and the midpoint of the NWOG. So this would be an interesting area to look for shorts here, especially if price really continues to dig to the upside. It would trap a lot of buyers. So I will have that in mind. So right now price is just moving to the upside, one direction, creeping to the upside here. At 10 we will have some news, US new home sales. So the 25% of the opening range gap is met here. Let's see if we have the strength to go a little bit more to the upside. If you look at the 1 minute, we have some kind of an SMT with NQ. I haven't noticed it. I just noticed it here, right here. But it's not an SMT on a 15 minutes. So I would guess that's not a big of a deal. So we have the first presented fair value gap here, right here. Let's see if we can get that respected or not. So coming back to the first presented here, 25% of the range is done. So this was type some kind of a perfect run to the 25%. Let me just check the 15-minute here. On the 15-minute, we kind of tapped into this bearish fair value gap as well. Well, so far, price just did a run to the upside, reaching for 25% of the opening range gap. Right now, retesting the fair value gap here. We will have news at 10. We will have 7 more minutes to go before 9:50 to 10:10 macro. Looking into NQ and ES, we are doing something similar. Yeah, the retrace here on NQ was about here as well. On the 15-minute, NQ tapped the upper fair value gap as well. So I'm just waiting for something clear to happen. Nothing clear to me right now. And since we have 10 a.m. news, I will probably wait for until 10 a.m. Remember that I said, I told you guys that I was waiting for lower prices. I think we will, and I think we have some room to go to the next and walk. We still have some some room to go here to fill some of the end walk. Notice how price just started to retrace moments after reaching before reaching the end wall. the price came back to this bearish 15-minute fair value gap. Let's see if we can dig into it lower, or if we just retrace to the upside here. We are touching this tiny order block here as well. Yeah, talking about tariffs, Trump announced that he will implement a 25% tariff on Apple as well, because he wants he wants the iPhones to be built in the US and not in somewhere in Asia, in India, China, or somewhere else. He wants to be a he wants he wants that iPhones wants I'm sorry he wants that iPhones will be built 100% on US soil. So he just announced that he might punish Tim Cook with a 25% tariff on iPhones as well. Those are brave uh, words and brave actions that Trump is really taking, and it's really messing with the market and messing with the company shares as well. So the SPES just took a dive of 1.5% as soon as Trump spoke about the 50% tariffs on the European Union, and Tesla did something identical. I guess it was losing about 3% on pre-market, so it's it's a wild environment that we are facing right now. So we are entering macro hour here. So far, price tried to invert the first presented fair value gap. 10 more minutes, we will have 10 a.m. news as well. Price is doing another push to the upside. It would be interesting to see price coming to 50% of the opening range gap and then do some type of a displacement to the downside, trying to go for lower. Yeah, and then push to the upside here. Seems like it's primed. It will push to the upside inside the macro. Yeah, 8 minutes left until news. I don't think we will move a lot with this type of news, but it says that it is a high impact news, and it can eventually move the market a little bit. But since we moved a lot already, I don't expect it to be a 20 handle move. But we never know. That's why I'm cautious about it, and that's why I will wait until I can take anything. Yeah, price is quite volatile here. We are moving in a 10 to 20, 10 to 11 handle range candle. So that's quite a lot. Even if I would like to open anything, that's quite a lot. So I guess volatility is back with these Trump words. Yeah, prices once again generating some more liquidity here on NQ. We have this minor sell side here. Price is inside the macro, but I believe that we are just waiting for 10 a.m. to hit. Price not able to stay above the first presented fair value gap. So that can eventually be a sign of weakness. But we need some more data. We need some more price action just to formulate some type of setup. Yeah, no action. Price is really waiting for 10 a.m. So we have a barcode right now. We really have a barcode waiting for 10 a.m. news. So we still have 1 minute. Price not able to progress above the first presented fair value gap here. So we already took 25% of the opening range gap. What about you guys? Have you taken any trades yet? Have you done anything yet? Do you guys used to, or are you trading pre market open? Um, Tell me something. Tell me something about what have you done already? Um, if so, or are you just tape reading? Are you just waiting for something? I'm just curious to know. Yeah, right now for me it's just tape reading because we opened the market at 9:30 here, so price action has done nothing that can eventually trigger any of my setups. So 10 a.m. just hit. Yeah, like I told you guys, yeah, I was not expecting a big move with 10 a.m. news, and it really didn't give as much. He is trying to make a run higher here, but I don't like how we left some sell side here below. Really don't like this. if I would had to take a long position, I would be praying for this sell side here to hold. Yeah, so far we have an empty macro. Nothing is happening inside a macro hour. Even NQ did not take any type of sell side here. Yeah, yesterday I told you, and I will tell you once again. Whenever the first 1 hour is a consolidation, so if you have a market consolidating in between 9:30 to 10:30, which can be the case, since it's already 10 a.m. and nothing has happened, um, you can eventually search for something after 11 a.m. So usually, whenever you have a consolidation in between 9:30 to 10:30, you may search for something to happen, for something to present after 11. Usually, after 11, you should not look into price action because 11 is always a time whenever who is ruling the market, who is making the most out of the market is just taking a break. It's the coffee time break, so nothing will happen um, after 11. Usually there's a consolidation or eventually a retrace after 11. Um, so whenever you have a consolidation in between 9:30 to 10:30, you are allowed to search for something in a market after 11 a.m. So you can write it down into in your notes because it will be probably useful in one of these days. So price trying to get above here. I'm not very convinced about this run because we didn't took any type of sell side here. So the rules say that for a move higher we should aim first for some type of sell side. And as you can see here, there is no sell side being taken, not even on NQ. So that's why this move to the upside is not convincing me. We can go higher. It's yeah, it's normal that it happens, but you can eventually count with a big red candle seeking for sell side anytime. Price can eventually be building some sell side and generating some sell side just to for something later after 10:30 or after 11. So I don't mind to see price going higher. Remember, in the first minutes of the stream, I marked this area here the midpoint of the end walk, it has a lot of confluence because we have 50% of the opening range, midpoint of an end walk, and we also have, as you can see here, let me just mark this down leg here. So as you can see here, we also have the 0.62 retrace on a fib, which is a sweet spot for a continuation lower. And since we are leaving a lot of sell side, it may present something like this. So price will creep up here slowly, 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 and then whenever it reaches this, it will probably do some type of a displacement to the downside, retrace back higher, and then move lower, taking all this sell side that is presented here. This could be eventually a good plan of action. If price continues to creep higher, I will not engage with it because we don't have any type of sell side taken. It's kind of a false move to the upside. But yeah, it can eventually happen here as well because we are at the 25% of the opening range and we are in the 50%. Let me just put this. I don't know why I do have this on my left, but I would like to see this on my right. So yeah, right. Okay. So this marks also the 0.5 standard deviation here. I mean, fib retrace OT level. So it has some confluence as well. But for now, bullish PD arrays are being respected here. So we might continue to the upside, but I want to interact with longs here because since the beginning I was expecting lower prices. And I'm really waiting for something short to happen. So I will take this off. Price just took this high here, which is the hourly candle high. Let me check the 1 hour candle. Yeah, NQ did not. Yeah, price is still creeping a little bit higher here. Yeah, another run here to the upside, but honestly, not putting a lot of faith into this move to the upside. Honestly, there's a lot of liquidity here. I'm just curious to see how price will um, react as soon as we reach 0.5, 50% of the opening range gap. The unwalk and the midpoint of it, and 60, the 0.62 on the fib, retrace on the OT level here. Here's my, here's something, I think that's something we'll present here. I'm right. Something we'll present here. I'm right. Mm. These longs are we trapping alongs here? I would like to see something a little bit more to the upside. But I would take this if we are done with the retrace to the up to the upside. Let's just wait a little bit more. Hmm? Let's just see if price really wants to start taking lower or not. Um, I can see I can see price trying to reach for this liquidity here left behind. We took these highs already, so it would be interesting to see price coming down a bit. Let's see if we can disrespect this order block here. Yeah, it seems like to. This would be an 11th stop, so I'm just looking for NQ if NQ is doing the same as ES. Yes, right at the first presented fair value gap here. I guess I will take this one here. We have this liquidity here to be taken. Eventually these lows as well. So not the perfect entry here. But right now I would like to see the first presented fair value gap to be disrespected and not hold as support. So this is the inverted fair value gap here. We inverted this one as well. So right now I'm not liking how price is trying to creep up once again. Guess we had the first presented fair value gap acting as a support here. So this was a quick stop out. And price is really trying to creep up once again. Maybe it will go to the next the 50% of the opening range gap. Yeah, there we go. Got stopped out here. So first trade of the day didn't work. Guess we will visit the next point of interest. Yeah, I will wait for price to come up a little bit more. This really didn't work. Was hoping for it to deliver, but it seems like price really wants to go a little bit more to the upside. Yeah, it was kind of risky. I knew that I was taking a risk because I was selling right above the first presented here, which is acting as support. But it is what it is, honestly. Interesting to see, honestly. I honestly was waiting for at least these lows right here, but price was not able to give it to me. Well, let's see if we will have another run here to the downside. Seems like price run out of fuel. The only thing that I'm afraid of is that I will be catched inside of a some type of a zigzag of a consolidation here. That's the only thing that is not convincing me, honestly, because I would not like to be to be in those type of situations, honestly. Well, so far we got some boring price action, honestly. Nothing great. Took a loss here. Um, Trying to short since we took out the highs. We were slightly above 20%, 25% of the opening range gap. We started to invert bullish PD arrays with respect to the order block here. And yeah, I was looking for at least these lows, but I knew that I was risking a bit because I was selling right at the first presented fair value gap here. And yeah, kind of retraced to the upside and got stopped and stopped me out. So right now I'm just looking if price really wants to do another leg to the upside, reaching for the NWOG and 50% of the opening range gap. And then if I see some type of a bearish reaction, I will probably take another short. But for now, seems like price wants to consolidate here a little bit or eventually take another leg to the upside. So I'm willing to wait a bit more, but if price doesn't give me anything in the next 30 minutes, I will probably end the day with this loss. What about you guys? Have you taken any trades yet? Are you just watching the market? Are you just tape reading the market? What are you guys doing? So there we go. And then move here to the upside. Price is just creeping slowly to the upside. Just let me take another measure here. So this could be it. Hmm. This one is interesting too. It has a lot of confluence here as well. So -2 standard deviation here. A retrace back to 1 standard deviation. Yeah. Even if I were in a Even if even if I was long here, even if I was long here, yeah, this is a terrible price action for longs as well because these retraces are kind of harsh. Imagine if you took some type of a long here, put your stop loss below these lows. That would be the most logical thing to do. Um, yeah, it's just slowly creeping up, and then you got 2 to 3 um, big red candles, and yeah, that's not good as well. Yeah, very boring market today. Unfortunately, got a 1 hour loss. But yeah, just tried my just tried the setup because yeah, price was at mine at 25% of the opening range gap. um, it was creeping up. I was not convinced. Then it displaces to the upside, taking out these highs. Started to deliver to the downside, inverting bullish PD arrays, and I just took my short here. I knew that I was risking a bit because the first presented fair value gap was right at right right below where I shorted, but yeah, it just uh, it just it just went for 3 minutes. And this position was a quick loss here. So let's see if price really wants to come here to 50% of the opening range gap. Um, try to hit the end walk and eventually come down. This is what I would like to see, but it's taking forever, honestly. This was my initial plan. But since I was seeing some type of um, inversion here that I thought it was an inversion, yeah, I decided to take the risk and decided to go short. See, things are not looking good for longest as well. It is not. It is not displacing to the upside. Not any momentum to the upside. Honestly, if you were in a long position, you really would like to see some type of bullish action, and it's not doing what it's supposed to do. Now that I talked, it is it is starting to move once again. Such a boring action here, honestly. Really would like to see some more action, but yeah, it was kind of expected since we delivered so much on a pre-market. So let's see if we will have something in between 10.50 to 11.10. That would be nice to see. This is the next macro, the macro before lunch hour. The price reaching for -2 standard deviation. This is the area with big confluence here. So let's wait and see if something happens here. I really would like to see something happening here. Price pushing once again to the upside. Well, even if we have taken something like this, right now it would be at 1 hour, about 1 hour after 1 hour of trading. So 1050 is in. Let's see if we got the short move that I was expecting. If not, so far we got an SMT in between ES and NQ. Price really reached for -2 standard deviation here. Let's see if we got a retrace back into the bearish for value gap. That would be nice to see. We are inside the macro as well. Yeah, we'll take this one. I believe we are primed to go for this low sell side here. Well, at this point, I would like to see price disrespecting the first presented fair value gap here, taking out this low, taking eventually out this low too, and yeah, let's wait. With 4 micros, I will probably not take any partials. I will probably take the full position out, since if I would have to take any partials, I would leave one micro out, and yeah, 1 micro on 4 would be more than 10% of the position. So not willing to give the market so much. Yeah, once again, not liking how price is trying to respect the first presented fair value gap. Once again, acting as support. Let's see if price can really dig into that first presented. Would like to see some type of displacement to the downside, disrespecting it. The price really reacting here to the first presented fair value gap. Um, not the best, not the best closure. Yeah, price really holding here on the first presented fair value gap. It is always a measure of resistance or support whenever price is trying to wherever it is on 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 the way of price, you know. It's like a speed bump, or it's like a resistance or a support. It depends on how price is moving. Yeah, NQ is doing a similar job. It is presenting a SMT with ES. NQ took out this low here, while ES didn't. Um, yeah, I would not like to see price creeping up once again. That's what I would not like to see. That would result in some type of a support on the first presented fair value gap. The price is really resisting to this first presented here, and it's reacting quite good here. Price just touched the bearish fair value gap. It started the bearish move as well. So if we trade into this fair value gap here, that would not be a good um, that would not be a good sign for us. So far, a nice reaction from that bearish fair value gap. But price will test it once again, probably. Nice reaction here, which gives us more confidence. We'll just mark this out here. Yeah, this could be some type of, but I will probably take the full position out here, since I don't want to leave any runners, or I can eventually leave a runner. Yeah, I will have to see what price does when it reaches this area here, the 9:30 open, 8:30 open. So this is a big speed bump on price. Yeah, my entry was not perfect at all. Not glad, not the best entry, but I should have waited for the retest on the fair value gap. But usually when price is doing this for a long time, it doesn't give you much opportunities to enter. And that's why I decided to enter myself. Kind of curious because it says here on the API connection that my connection is not good, but I don't know. Well, now I want to see bearish PD arrays being respected here. I want this one to be respected as well.